I accidentally unplugged one of these.
Ah.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, we're good.
Yaki, Janet. Halito, Sio.
Oh.
Wina. Kunamante, Madawag ka. Kikadus. Yate.
What the?
Over here trying to press buttons. I didn't realize.
Hey.
Kunamante. Ansti Hunterish.
Mingo looks like he's cuddled up right behind Barry.
Oh.
Yeah, have you noticed that every
mic next to it, so you
every-
hear it all over.
he keeps talking on both.
Yeah, on both. Yeah.
Have you noticed that all the employees here all say halito?
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool.
They make
I
it
like
mandatory. It's kind of no. It's like Chick-fil-A. If you don't say "my pleasure," they take you in the back and hit you.
Yeah.
And so that's what they do over here in Choctaw Nation, anyway.
But yeah, still coming live from the Southern Plains Tribal Health Board Conference in Durant. So yeah, how has your experience been so far?
We just go
Anybody?
down the line.
Start with Mingo down there.
Yeah.
How has your experience?
Bro, it's been good. It's been the travel. No. I mean the audience.
The audience.
It's been great. It had a good encouraging words yesterday. Our opening ceremony. Our favorite MCs on the mic. This is Natalie Hart.
Mr. Michael Logan.
Michael Logan too. But it's a great hospitality. So,
You need to sit up, man.
oh,
It looks like you're cuddled up.
It literally-
behind me.
It's like he-
get off me! Did y'all like the buffet yesterday?
I
It
loved
was
it.
good.
I loved it.
Food
Yeah.
is good.
Food was good. So
Just went up about 3 or 4 times. I was like, dang, okay.
Yeah, I sampled every dessert. I was in a food coma until I was
You
presenting.
seen all the sugar-free stuff that they had up there? Well,
Oh,
you,
yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
didn't see it, but
you got sugar-free cheesecake.
I got sugar-free cheesecake.
I was like so happy when I went up there and it said sugar-free. I was like, yes.
Yeah.
Going
So
into a coma on the way back.
Oh, I did yoga this morning with Sister Jill. Sister Jill.
how was that?
It was good. It's good.
Was there a lot of participants?
Yeah, there's about 8 of us.
That's not a lot, but
Oh, yeah, hey, better than one.
yeah.
Mingo was jealous because no one comes.
Yeah, because that's it's for his.
It was a crowd then. It was a crowd.
I've never seen so many people.
No,
aren't
no.
required to do yoga.
We weren't stressed, but we stretched.
So yeah, they gave us our own breakout room to come do the
Seated.
podcast. Almost said podcast. So I guess we can leave the stuff in here.
That's what she said.
Leave the stuff in here, and we can go do our thing. So, do y'all have any breakout sessions in particular that you're trying to hit today?
I know I want to go to the Jeremy Fields one. He's coming down to do like My Brother's Keeper or something like that. So I want to go to that one. So
Yeah, there's one about families and family peers. And so that one looks pretty good too.
Mr. Whiteman?
Oh, yeah, probably that.
yeah, he has no idea.
He hasn't even looked at that.
He's like, I did mine. I did yoga this morning. I ain't gonna do nothing else.
He's talking in the microphone.
Not
Oh,
even the
yeah, I
right
did yoga
mic.
this morning. So
It's all quiet on the
go
podcast.
check,
Loud in here.
check that family. That's the one.
Check that family.
that family breakouts.
Watch, knowing my reading skills was probably yesterday, but
Well, I feel like, like I guess there's got to be some, grant deliverables, which is never fun.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess people are looking forward to our breakout.
Oh, yeah.
I expect a good sized crowd, even if we don't. I mean, I feel like.
We got 65 people. Signed
Yeah,
up.
we already got 65 people signed up.
Yep.
I mean, the majority of people here know us. So that's, it's kind of weird to me, but it's, it feels cool to be known for that kind of work. So, You never know. You never know.
Makes us have stalkers.
Yeah, we
Stalkers,
get
Mingo would say.
Walmart stalkers.
STOCKER.
Yeah.
What in the world?
That's
Sounded
the
like
weirdest
Predator
laugh.
Man. Anyways,
Yeah. In our chat this morning, he said stalkers like a Walmart stalker instead of like a criminal stalker.
no, just
Walmart.
Just a
Just
Walmart
the
stalker.
Walmart one,
Yeah,
not the
yeah.
criminal ones.
But it's been, man, I've been full.
Yeah.
So
full,
full,
of
of
love
food.
or food.
Food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Full of it.
There ain't no love. Ain't no love.
Man, I've been like, so my plan was today was like, I'm not gonna spend the day just being miserable and bloated all day long. Like, like it wasn't until I went to the room yesterday and I took a nap. And then Natalie comes in and is like, well, you called.
Yeah, I was like, "You
I
ready
was
to
like,
eat yet?"
Yeah. And I get up. I just now woke up and I was like, man, I don't feel full. Then I'm like, oh man, I'm on my way to go eat again.
I don't know. That buffet was heavy though. Like
Yeah.
for lunch, yeah. We were like, I'm fine with just walking around instead of going to a breakout yesterday. We walked in circles for like an hour just to try to.
Walk off
Yeah.
some of that
Yeah.
fullness.
But yeah, that's when we got recognized a couple times. Like Barry's latched onto my backpack. And somebody's like, "Are those the harm reduction guys?"
Yeah.
Let's all turn around all fast.
It doesn't look like they're doing harm reduction right now.
They're doing some weird. Yeah, they got
Y'all have
combo
harm
line
reduction
going.
supplies?
Yeah,
Carrying around in that case everywhere.
Yeah.
But Darian did a good job yesterday.
Yeah, how'd you feel about your presentation?
I was glad not to be in a food coma once I started. Because when I was getting ready, I was like, I am still exhausted from these cakes that I ate. But yeah, I mean, it was good. I like the polarity of the presentation because you have like all the clinical side first, and then my portion. And so it was cool seeing that and seeing the buy-in from the audience on just what our messaging is, what our
Yeah.
themes are, and how we connect to our people. A lot of them have a lot of obstacles with, they have all these ideas, but they're restricted on what they can push
From
out
their
to
own
the
tribe, yeah.
public. And so
Rugged.
hopefully we can be that model social media example to like show like, hey, like if you do push the limits of ruggedness or anything like that, it'll pay off because it does. I mean, we've seen a lot of lives saved,
Positive.
all that stuff.
Yes,
Everything.
definitely. A positive
Positive.
positive it's been cool, in that sense that us just being ourselves, we're able to, because honestly, like I feel like I'm the majority of natives out there. You know what I mean? Like with my background and the way that I'm able to connect, like I know most of our tribe personally. You know what I mean? Like so like it's like if I can get it, then I know anybody can, And that's what I feel like helps us in so many ways, is being able to is to grasp that people that probably would normally never pay attention to something like that.
Yeah, it's like the ground level stuff. Like, because anybody can go into a room and start reciting a bunch of data and talking and reading, from what you find on the internet or whatever. And then I think we just come down and we just talk about, hey, this is daily life for us. This is what we do. This is what we've been through. And when you do that, you relate to way more people.
Definitely.
And I think that that's a key with how we approach everything. And you can see it when people are kind of, because when you go to a session, not to get on to anybody's sessions around here, but
Call them out.
yeah,
Call 'em out.
yeah, you can go into a session, you just see people and they're just like barely hanging on, and like
Me, Terry,
yeah,
and
like
Carmelo.
struggling,
Struggling.
we're all jumping
Yeah.
around,
on who's going to sleep
like,
first.
what's going on. But you see it all the time. But like, and I think in ours, like, because we engage people with how we talk or
Yeah.
with how we relate to them, or there's a story
You
that
never know what we're gonna
yeah,
say.
or that there's a story that we come up with. We're like, man, I remember that. I've been through that exact same thing, and then we tell them like how we overcame it and things like that. So I think it's just like that relatability is really key in how we get across to people, and I think most people are scared to talk that way.
Yeah, for sure.
And so much that even our own executive director is like scared to
Stressing.
be
Sitting on
around
the edge of her seat,
What y'all gonna say?
cringing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That seat's all puckered up at the end because we say stuff like that. That's why
Yeah.
she freaks out. No.
Yeah,
But,
she
you
was
know,
in,
at
like, the
this-
little corner too.
At the same time, I think that's where we found our success. That's definitely where we found our success was pushing the envelope. You know what I mean? Like trying to figure out, we did trial and error. We seen what worked and we found out what didn't real quick. And being able to build, on, like just some very unconventional tactics.
Yeah.
But the way that we were able to have a positive effect on our community, I think speaks volumes about what we're doing and how we're doing it. I mean, there's just so many different ways. Just hear it. Yeah. All loud.
Yeah. I can't even see him because he's behind you the whole time.
He's got the mic.
Mingo's there.
But I feel like that's what sets us apart.
Mm.
Everybody else wants to be all formal, and everybody else wants to be like seen as like, I don't know, like I don't get that part.
Yeah.
Like what, I understand there is a professional part to this part, to this thing, but I feel like, when I can pull them to the side, then that's when I can, maybe talk in a way, that they understand, but also professionally, and do it when I know when to turn it on, and I can definitely hit the switch. But at the same time, I mean, if I know them, there's no point. There's no point in me talking that way because they know me. Like if I've used with them, if I probably know their whole family. Even their dog. Like that's how close I am with a lot of people in my community. Because it is just from my background. I didn't really have much of a family life, so I always went looking for that somewhere else. So to me, like it's just a natural thing to treat somebody like my brother. To treat somebody like my cousin, or my rugged auntie Irene.
With multiple uncles.
Yeah, with multiple uncles last night, throwing hundreds out. Yeah. But it's an amazing feeling, when we can just be like, to get paid to be myself. I ain't got to put on no facade. I ain't got to put on no front. I can be me, and I get a positive, reaction from my community. I mean, that's kind of cool. I sit up here and BS all day long.
Have our own breakout session in here.
Yeah.
I think people would probably come in and sit and listen to that, just to hear the stories, or hey, this is how we relate to people. It's just crazy to know, like you just said, like, hey, all we're doing is we're just being ourselves, and there isn't anything we're not like specialized.
Yeah, we're not
like thinking back, like I could tell you right now that I've gone through and I've gotten, I have my master's in my education, but do I use any of that for anything that we're doing? Nope, don't use any of that, because we're more on like a relatability part, and I think that's that's key for how we do everything. So
Yeah.
Mm.
It's just cool to see that, and then calling out Barry in the middle of the presentation.
Yeah.
And then Connor's like, "Oh my god!"
But everybody else thinks it's funny.
Yeah.
I'll accept me and Connor. It was a good time.
Yeah.
it was great.
Made me look around.
Yeah.
Yeah, you right.
Yeah.
I don't know what you just said, but
Yeah.
you're probably right.
Yeah. looking the wrong way.
Who's
Yeah. But it's it. I feel like that's our medicine. Being able to be ourselves, and seeing how far. We're not foul. We're not out of line. But I mean,
Out of some people's
if,
lives.
if there's a topic, we're gonna talk about the real topic. Like what does that look like? How does that make you feel? And I feel like honesty has been a huge part of my recovery. So why not be honest about everything?
Step one.
So I mean, I was just, yesterday was my son's birthday. He turned 27 yesterday. And I was looking at some pictures from 9 years ago. And I showed Natalie, and she was like, "That doesn't even look like you." Like it was bad, and because my brother and my brother Craig, my brother Drew and my brother Craig, they wanted to have a sweat for my son Isaiah, and he was turning 18, I believe, and they wanted to have a sweat for him, and because of me and my addiction, they had it during the day, and I showed up late. I more than likely I really wasn't trying to take part because I had been using, and I do believe in the you got to give yourself a chance to bring your spirit back, go in there in a good way, and then wait a little, like there was actually days I would count before and after. Like telling me, so it was easier not to go. So thankfully, I got brothers like I do, Drew and Craig, and they did me a huge solid, and had the ceremony for my son, and I can't thank them enough, but it's like thinking about just seeing those pictures. I remember taking that picture and just felt like sand was in my eyes because I'd been up for so long, and I had to go and act like I was hungry because my mom made a meal. Like all these things, and I was like in a horrible way. When my son was turning 18, and like I want to tell everybody about that. Like I want everybody to know that this thing is definitely doable. If you just allow some change in your life, and allow like the good things to start happening. Because healthy habits, you got to practice those things. It doesn't just come natural. Like what came natural was like the dope fiend in me. Like I didn't have to think twice about how to get over on somebody. But I was just looking at those pictures this morning, just feeling so grateful, and if I could just tell the next person that's struggling, like, hey, like I'm probably gonna post those pictures later, just so I can show everybody, like man, like look how I look like a 50-year-old man, like it was crazy, and I had on these glasses that weren't even prescription. You know what I mean? Like these big old things. It was just a crazy, but just being able to, like be thankful for, Drew and Craig and the things that they did for my son, because, he was the kid of two addicts. Me and his mom are sober today, but I mean, for most of his life, he's had to do it on his own. So if I was scared of anything, I was always scared that I was going to show him how to ruin his life. And it's crazy because he's a good, he's a great human being. You know, like he actually is. Like he's actually a good person. And I think that speaks volumes to my mom, my sister, you know, his family that helped out in, you know, in raising him. And like I don't know, like we were having a good conversation yesterday, you know, and it just felt good, you know, like, you know, he was drinking, you know, like I know I was drinking on my 27th birthday, you know. But,
Yeah.
I mean, you know,
28th birthday,
I know
29th
that.
birthday.
all the way to my 41st birthday, I was getting lit. But you know, it just felt good, you know, to finally be in a place in my life where we can tell each other that we love each other. You know, that felt, you know, that feels amazing. So, you know, I don't know where I was going with that, but I just had to get those
Just needed to
things
be
out.
said. Needed to be said.
You know,
Oh yeah, my dude.
So, tell us about when you was tearing it with.
What,
Yeah.
which Bad Bunny?
Let's talk about
Bad Bunny.
Yeah.
Tame Impala.
No, but you know, like back to what we were saying, you know, about I feel real good about you know, about what I know we're gonna have our PowerPoint. You know, I feel like, you know, and just because I wanted to take up time at OCAR.
Yeah, I just started sharing.
Yeah, I just started sharing.
Everybody loved it, so it was good.
Yeah. I'm not gonna do that this time.
We'll see. Yeah, 29 minutes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I figure we'll blaze through the presentation because Q&A, like I said, is always my favorite.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's our money.
Yeah.
Mm.
So we'll just be going straight through it all.
He's just like
Things like that.
Yeah.
best co-signer
Yeah.
ever.
Just ad
You know,
lib.
that person at church that always says amen all the time.
Oh.
That's Mingo for us.
Instead of Migos, it's Mingos.
He's our hype man. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Oh.
It's like we're gonna have two mics. It's just Mingo. Just that's the other one the whole time.
He's not even going to be sitting with us. He's going to be waiting.
Yeah. Man.
Just be back. Mm.
Y'all crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm. Yep. Mhm. Yeah. Mm. The whole time I was, he's over here making noises.
Yeah.
And what's bad is he doesn't know anything that you're talking about. He's not paying attention.
Yeah.
He just hears the words. He's like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
My lollipop.
Hell yeah, bro.
Lollipop.
But yeah, we should probably jump off into this reading.
Yeah. How long we been on?
Yeah, let's do this reading.
All right, April 2nd.
Comments, whichever one.
Perry on there? Perry?
Who?
Wait, you want me to read? Man?
Yeah.
Don't matter to me.
Okay, let's go. Everybody's looking.
You ready looking?
Springtime, April
You're
2nd.
just cuddled up behind me.
Well, I can't if I pull it from unplugged.
Yeah. Put them under your arm.
With children, we always have to think about 7 generations to come, but yet unborn. Janice Sundown had it. Seneca. What we do today will affect the children 7 generations from now. How we treat the Mother Earth will affect the children yet to be born. If we poison the water today, our children's children will be affected by the decisions we made. Our children are the gateway to our future. Let us consciously think about the children and the 7 generations to come. My Creator, I thank you for my ancestors 7 generations ago. Oh.
I was waiting for Barry to just keep ad libbing the whole time. Giving you.
Yeah. Pivot.
Mr.
Nice.
5-word quote. He says,
After each word.
You know what came to mind?
Yeah, go
what came to mind was thinking about the 7 generations before me. somewhere along the lines of, of modern civilization, I would have to, I think that had a huge part as to where the things that affected me, like I think about, like, on my dad's side, I had a grandma that never drank, but her husband, my grandpa, was a alcoholic. Probably had been an alcoholic for years, and he ended up dying in Phoenix. He got hit by a truck and got drugged for 2 blocks in Phoenix, Arizona. And before he passed away, I guess my aunt went to Arizona and she brought him back. He was Kyle. His name was Franklin Botone. And so I guess my Aunt Erin went out there. That was her dad. Went out there to go get him and brought him back and wanted him to see my dad because my dad had gotten back from Vietnam. And my dad said, and these were like the exact words out of my dad's mouth was, he said, when I started drinking with my dad, he said, my dad started treating me like I was a little kid again. I guess, when he said his dad would get drunk, he'd get mean. And he said he started trying to treat me like that again, and he's like, I had enough. I couldn't take it anymore. So they started fighting and my dad beat up his dad. So, they were mad at him, like he didn't want nothing to do with my dad, and, I think about, because my dad had his brothers, my grandpa Franklin had a brother named Luke Tampy, and he died in the Korean War, and so my dad's name was Johnny Luke, and then so my name is Barry Luke, and then my son Isaiah, his name is Isaiah Luke, and then my youngest son, his name is Johnny Luke. I named him after my dad. And I'm very, very grateful and blessed that that I started this recovery journey, that I got sober. And I think about, if I was to go drink with my son Isaiah, what that would look like. I would not blame him at all for, thumping on me, a few times, for me being the dad that I was. And I hope and I pray that 7 generations from now they'll still be talking about, when I was able to change my life and the healing that brought to my family. Me and my daughter, we had a hard conversation yesterday. She was finally honest with me about some things, and I didn't want her to feel like that I judged her. I didn't want her to feel like that I thought less of her, and because I think of so many instances in my life where I was the son of 2 alcoholics. And I can remember so many times where I felt so lonely in this world, like nobody had my back at all, and it just just this feeling, this calming feeling after we had this conversation, and I took it to the Creator. I gave it to God, and I had this calming feeling come over me, like things, they're not going to go to perfect, but just the simple fact that I'm stepping in that direction, that I feel like is a blessing beyond anything that I could ever do on my own. You know, so you know, I pray that by me getting sober, you know, and that allows my granddaughter to, you know, both of my granddaughters, you know, I pray that they'll never ever see me, you know, under any substance. You know, that they'll always be able to say, you know what, I never seen my grandpa drinking. You know, I never seen him, you know, do anything, you know, but try to be a good man, you know, be a man of the Creator. And, you know, that process didn't just happen. You know, I struggled for 41 years, you know, I struggled, you know, good. I struggled, you know, I struggled good, you know, and,
That's a shirt.
you know, but what I'm happy that it happened to me, because I don't want to pass that down to my kids. You know, I don't want them to ever think that there's ever a solution in drugs and alcohol, or in you know, because love is just as much as drugs and alcohol. You know, and that was the conversation that me and my daughter had yesterday. You know, is about finding happiness from within. You know, that's where that comes from. You can't find it in anybody or anything else. You know, happiness has to come from here. You know, and you know, to me, it's crazy to think that for me to be happy, you know, somebody else has to be happy. You know what I mean? Like that. Just, I'm glad I have the tools that I have today, and I'm glad that you know. And I'll just be honest. You know, what saved my life was the 4th step in AA. There's a part on there when you're doing your inventory. It's called sex inventory. I promise that's what saved my life today. And for that, you know, man, like I didn't know that when I got into a relationship, I started putting that person in the place of God. That's what I did. I started putting the person I was in a relationship with in the place of God, because I want them to be my everything. And when they fell short, you know, it ruined my world. You know, so I would just go back to drinking and, you know, go right back to my addiction. So, you know, I feel like in Indian country, you know, we are very codependent people. I feel like since I've been able to be aware of those things, you know, I found this love for me, and I understand that self-care is the most important care that there could ever be. And you know, I hope I pray, you know, that 7 generations before me, that they were already saying these prayers for me. You know, like that's what I believe, you know, is that somebody 7 generations before me already said these prayers and already said these things. And of course my family had to go through these hard times, but I'm here now. You know, I'm you know, I believe in that healing forest. I believe in that creating that healthy forest, you know, and I honestly believe, you know, I have a good foundation. You know, I'm you know, I'm very fortunate with, you know, being Cheyenne. You know, I can't ever get past that, you know. But, you know, at the same time, it's because of my religion. You know, it gave me a good spiritual base. And so I feel, you know, I feel like there's a connection that that's still, it's still growing. And I pray every day. I pray for, you know, the next 100 generations, you know, that they will feel that the great Barry Bowtongue got sober. Yeah.
I'm gonna write a song about you.
Your ad libs.
He's
Yeah,
over there
come
listening
on.
to music. You can see him dancing. And so he's got his headphone in.
Not even listening. He's
Yeah.
listening to music.
Just dancing.
Go ahead, Mingo.
Mr. Vehicle.
Yeah, part 2.
Part 2.
Oh, thank you. Sorry, I gotta lean back. lean back. Lean back. Yeah, thank you for them words and your story. I didn't know what the 7 generations meant, when I always heard about it. But, growing up doing my recovery and well-brighty and, meeting more my brothers and sisters and even in county jails, learning more about the 7 generations and them, I like what you said, they're praying for this. And, I believe in that, seeing my grandpa's pictures, my numshum, and my grandma's pictures, and the other day, my auntie Francie, Theta Benton, she called my mom. She was crying, and she's like, "I just seen Domingo on the news dancing." And she just felt very proud of what our family's doing, and what my mom and them went through at St. Labrie, alcoholism, and my uncle Andrew, and what they went through. And I feel like what generations before them, what they went through, and for them to go through that, and for us now to be, thriving and educated, my sister, our family, my cousins, and just thankful that we're thriving. And the other day, my mom was like, she's like, "Man, there's so many graduations these last couple of years." I was like, "Man, that's great. That's all our native nieces and nephews are graduating high school, college, or whatever they're pursuing in." And I was like, that's a good feeling, because she said back then there's very few of our native people would go to graduations. It was like it's a big deal now, but then it was a very, very unaware. It's a big deal to have ceremony and all that for them when they graduate. Now it's like so many now, and it's such a blessing now. So something to prepare and look forward to, and and thinking about looking back, like we are doing a great job. We're trying to be that good man or good woman, a good father, mother for our family, and because everybody's watching. So I feel like with the 7 generations, just keep doing what we're doing and pray, and I like what you said, like for the next 100 generations. So we're still here. So
How come you don't grow a mustache, Domingo?
it won't grow right. It's like
You have to shave every day?
like once a week or every 2
Down there?
weeks. Once a month. Oh, right here, yeah. Once a month. Yeah.
He was talking about right here.
I know. I thought you were talking about right here. But when I wear my Porky Roach, I think, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So next.
Oh.
All right. Well, I think when I think about the 7 generations, it's key to remember that there were people that were praying for us back then, and that those prayers are passed down, and from every generation down, it keeps going, because there's always going to be one person that's going to hold those prayers all the way through, at least. And I think that's what makes it scary sometimes, to be a first generation person that's kind of breaking the cycle, that's bringing healing back to your family. And we've run into a lot of those people whenever you're going against everything that your family has known for the last 100+ years, or for the last 20-30 years, it's scary, because you feel like you're out there on your own. But that's where you come in and you start finding a different community, a different family to be a part of. And I think that's what we kind of bring to the table whenever it comes to our meetings and the communities that we're building, doing our talking circles or doing our well-variety meetings. And it's continued to grow over time. And so it's not as scary to be one of those first generation people that are breaking that cycle, and, bringing healing back to your community. And it's key, because you're the one that's going to start praying for those next generations, and you're the one that's going to be having that relationship with God to start building, the future generations, especially with your children, and to know that they're going to be the ones that are going to carry on what your story is and what your prayers are and how your relationship with Creator is. And they're going to build off of that, and they're just going to become stronger, even way more stronger than we are. and because we're going to help them build that life, because we're that first generation that's going to change things for them. And as they go along and they start having their own children and their own grandchildren and all that, and their family continues to grow, that seed that we planted is going to continue to grow, and we're going to have that healing forest. But there's times where being that one tree out there, building your own roots, is scary until you start having those other trees that are helping you grow. And so, as scary as it might be to be that first generation person, don't let it falter you. Continue to be strong. Continue to build that community. Continue to reach out and find others that can help you build your own little forest. So, that's good.
Eat the tea. No.
The light got brighter when you did that.
Either that or Mingo's forehead.
Yeah, Mingo's forehead just
Man, I'm shiny. I can't. Greasy.
That's a good one. I like that. Thank you, Carmelo.
For me, I think this this speaks volumes for our people finding sobriety, and I can see that in my life. How my grandma and grandpa, they were sober before I came into this world, and so I got to see what sober grandparents was like, and then I got to see what not sober parents were like. And you could already see what kind of healing what generation was going through, and we would see that across the board in my family. And so that inspired me to just not begin my tearing it journey, so I just tore it sober instead. And so and then I hope that for my kids, because they have two sober parents, they have sober grandparents, great grandparents now. And so seeing the amount of healing that is changing our families real time, it's only like setting up for a larger scale for the next generation, because it's happened throughout my entire family. We see it's almost like an initiation, it seems like, at this point, where it's like you do have to go through your struggles, and then you find recovery, and then you're good. But we want to see to where it's not even thought about. We want to see that
The new normal.
the normal is just being happy, being well with your family, with a clean mind throughout your whole life. And that's what I hope for. And I think we're seeing that just as a program as a whole, as we're seeing a lot of families coming back into the arena together. The little ones coming into the arena with a sober parent for the first time. And I think that's something you can't put a price on, because that's something that's not seen that often. And seeing it because, maybe Barry's words inspired that parent to, start their journey. And then now that kid has a present role model in their life and a bond that they didn't have before. And so that's something I like to see almost every weekend now. We get to see that. And so it's pretty cool. And so, that's all I got.
Now, what would Tupac say in that situation?
I ain't mad at you.
Got nothing but love for you.
Yeah.
What do you think, bro?
I get around.
Be against the world.
It's me against the world. Hail Mary.
Well, those were all very valid and great points, so I appreciate, and I like the mental state that we get in when these things happen, like real time, like to see, like, I don't know, Carmelo sounds like a pastor to me.
Yeah.
He's definitely got them pastor vibes, so that's pretty cool. I like,
on it.
I'm gonna tell everybody close the doors and donate money.
Yeah. Clearly,
Our doors are already closed, but
Hey.
we got no audience.
Where's them bows at?
So I think it'd be fun if we sent somebody out there to go see how many people were actually watching in the other rooms.
Yeah.
But it's been a great experience. To me, it still kind of feels weird when people are like, "You're that guy," So I mean, but it's also cool to be known, for the work. Like I don't want to deny that part, but I can't take credit for any of this. You know, I don't feel like I can take credit for any of the things that come out of my mouth, any of the things that are said, any of this. You know, it's all the great one, the great mystery, Mahio. So I feel like we're very fortunate in that aspect that we all have a solid foundation, with our Creator, with our higher power. So it's always great. It's always great to get everybody's perspective. If I've learned anything, it's that mine isn't the only way. So I say thank you, fellas, for sharing.
Thank you, brother.
And do we have anybody that was commenting?
Yeah, get into these announcements.
All right.
No announcement.
Andy, Leslie Botone.
Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sister.
Cassandra says Barry looks like he's sitting in Mingo's lap.
I am.
And then she said from stressed to stretched.
Yeah.
Yeah.
7 a.m.
Harry says good morning. Misty, Ryan.
Good morning.
April, Frida.
Mr. Ryan, April, Frida,
Jimmy, Drew,
Jimmy, Drew.
Darren from Wyoming.
Hey.
Oh, man.
William, Jimmy Red Cloud.
Good morning, William.
Oh,
Mr.
Jimmy.
Red Cloud.
Tatum, Mary
joke.
Faye, Shelly Yates.
Tatum, Mary Faye.
Harry,
Uh-oh.
Good morning, Shelly.
Oh, where's Mary Faye? She not awake yet.
no, she's here.
Oh.
Mary Faye, we need to
Faye.
interview you later.
Yeah,
Mary
come on
Faye.
in. We're in Cedar build
Yeah, come
room.
over to Cedar real fast.
Yeah, come down here.
on the very end.
Tatum says the way you guys joke and laugh is a great display of true happiness and recovery. People need to see that side. I know I did early on.
Oh,
Mary
Oh.
says, Mary Faye says, Kikadoos, another new day, new experiences, new faces. I thank God for everything, big and small, everything between. Have a great day.
ahoo.
Darren from Wyoming says, sober 30 years now.
Oh, ahoo.
I thank Creator every day for allowing me this change in my
Dang,
life.
30
Sadly, we lost my bro to alcohol last July. Thank you all you do. Thank you for all you do. Bless you.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
You've been sober longer than Darian's been alive.
No, I was just in diapers.
He still is.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
when
He's just
No.
say, yeah, that's just a statement.
Yeah, Mona
That was
is
just a
as
statement.
old as me.
Did you say Mona's as old as you?
Her sobriety, yeah.
Oh, okay.
David Deere says good morning.
Stongo David.
Oh, David.
Paul says good morning.
Morning, Wes.
Sharon Beard says, y'all just make my day. God is good, and I'm thankful and grateful for today. Stay blessed.
All the time.
Oh,
Always, always.
ahoo.
Danielle says, yes, love that. And then says, I loved Aaron, your aunt. Leo says, amen.
Amen.
Thank you. Thank
Mother Chicken Scott is tuning in from Tulsa.
you. Oh, hey.
918.
Mother Chicken.
Mother Chicken.
I
Chicken.
like that. I was gonna send you a friend request this morning.
Mm.
I guess I gotta go back and
Is that
do
one of
that.
your stalkers? Walmart
No.
stalkers?
No.
No, not Walmart.
STOs.
Talking Circle Stalker.
And then Wesley Paul says, you guys are powerful in a good way, good medicine.
West Walmart.
Appreciate that.
Oh, no.
Ooh,
Says,
Mr.
good
Sober
work,
Squad.
bro.
in the house.
Ruth says, great words.
Thank you, Misty.
Ron
Oh,
says,
Sober
as we
Squad.
break the cycle of addiction, we are breaking more cycles. It's like ripples in the water.
Calling Cash. Nice.
Butterfly effect.
Calling Cash.
Frida says, "Aho, thank you, brothers. Each one of y'all said some wise words, strong messages."
Oh,
Oh,
Sin-
I got another one? Or? Yeah, one more.
Yeah. Cindy said, "Y'all are great. Love y'all." Cindy Famiro, I should say. And then Pamela says, "Good morning, guys. Very
Good morning, Auntie.
inspirational." My mom says, "Good morning."
Good morning, Miss
Morning,
Thomas.
Sharon says,
Ian.
"Thank you all for all the good words. Always looking forward to listening to the live each day."
Thank you. We appreciate that.
Phyllis the realist says,
Phyllis
"Good
the
morning."
realist.
Good morning,
Phyllis
Phyllis.
the realist.
Keith Little Reagan says, "Good words from great people. Good morning."
Oh, oh.
And then my mom says, "Barry, it's too bad you can't see Mingo acting up next to you." Because
Hey, acting up now.
Yeah, he's over there dancing.
I know, I'm just vibing. Listening.
He's a hype man. That's where we get all them noises from.
I know we need to have him. We need one long soundbite with all that, so that we would just press it once.
Yeah.
Replay
Just
it
go
over
through
and
'em.
over again, no matter what we're saying.
But
Mm.
Well, have we been on long enough?
oh, Carly tomorrow in our
Yeah,
presentation.
Well, here, let me get this.
Yeah. So,
Her award.
yes, Carly Ty Flying Out,
Should be here
our
tonight, or-
All Nations Recovery Princess,
Supposed to be here this.
will
Yeah,
be
she is.
receiving the 7th generation Community Health
Nope.
Youth
Youth,
Award.
community youth.
Community health youth.
Hey, it's
whatever.
health.
That's not what it
mental
is.
health.
One of them, one of those awards.
Youth Impact Award.
Yeah.
Yeah, youth.
All right, well, let give Mingo a try.
Okay, Mingo, go
Yeah,
ahead.
you try it. You try it. What
What's
award
the
is she
award?
getting?
The community.
No,
youth.
all right. It's the
Hey, commodity.
Commodity Award, the 7th Generation Youth Leadership Award.
Okay, there you go.
Well, it's still an award, and it's still going to happen here.
And we're gonna be there.
We're gonna be there.
But yeah,
Congratulations, Carly.
He's just like
Yeah.
saying all this stuff, hiding behind me.
I can't if I.
the Commodity Award.
I won a commodity award.
Yeah.
I should have won years
What's
ago.
that?
I've been doing that for a long time.
Yeah.
Well, we better get off here.
Yeah, we better, yeah.
So we're very proud of our princess. She's a great representative, of a person who chose to do right, good in her life. I don't want to say right, but chose to do some good things, and she's definitely a beacon of hope. To them kids that feel like there's nowhere to go, or there's nothing out there for them. The culture is a solution, so we're just glad that we could be a part of that process. It feels good. So with that, you got anything else, Mingo?
Oh no, just
He gets all quiet.
Stop
stay,
dancing for
stay
that.
positive.
Come see us live
Yeah, come see us
tomorrow,
live. Stay positive.
11
Yeah.
a.m. in the Oak Room.
Yeah, pecan room is it?
One of them rooms.
Yeah. And then Ruth, we will the Southern Plains Tribal Health Board paid to be live for the award. And then Phyllis says Commodity Award, y'all crazy.
Hey, I can't.
Yeah, I could have won that years ago, but well, like, share, follow, tell your mammy about us, and maybe we will come on later.
Yeah.
Have
Good
some-
chance.
Yeah,
We
Dylan
get-
Mary
says
Faye.
Jen
Mary Faye,
session
get down
starting,
here.
get in here. Like, we already took our nap. We don't need to go.
Yeah.
Mary Faye coming.
But we will see you hopefully here in a little while.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
I hope.